Hey, it's TempleNUT, and today we're going to be going over the top 10 characters that I want to see in Marvel vs. Capcom 4 if it happens to get announced eventually in my lifetime. And praise be to Mika-chan. Alright, let's go. So first up we got Wong, who somehow is a martial artist and a ninja and a weapons expert and a double agent and understands all these biological weapons. So I guess she's multitudes of scientists, all while making people explode. Yeah, I love it. Why not Wong? Please, let's make it happen. And add Leon S. Kennedy. Why two Resident Evil characters? Because I think this game could allow not only using weapons like knives and swords and guns and explosives, but also using all those BOWs, all those biological weapons as summons, kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Jill. So zombie walk past, she'll shoot it, they can fall down, bite somebody's leg. I imagine like kind of like the giant different animals coming in, and also some of the giant creatures they fight all coming in the battle, and like literally chaos Armageddon on the screen, and you still have to get to Leon somehow through these waves and waves and waves of enemies. So yeah, I think it'd be a really cool concept. I love summon characters. Please, Leon S. Kennedy and Wong. So next up we got Robe from the Power Stone series. Now Power Stone has a lot of interesting characters. They kind of have fire-based characters, strength-based characters. There's one guy that's all bandaged up, he looks real sick. But the reason I like Rogue is because literally the fire power, that long hair, just like a really strong, capable female warrior. And she also has like elements of mysticism for her. So I thought for her tool set, they can kind of expand on ways that I haven't seen before in Marvel vs. Capcom, where they can have something that they were doing with Doctor Strange a little bit, where they have like kind of like this mystical, magical aura element to him for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where it's kind of floating and he has like tomes and he has all these summons. But I feel like with her, they can take it to the next level. And I was thinking maybe a Viola in Soul Calibur 5, where she also has like a crystal ball she can use in battle, and you can still have her system where she summons power stones, and this will turn into like this huge fire phoenix flaming, like oh my gosh, she looks like a genie, like an I Dream of Genie. And kind of fire as an element is really popular in video games altogether, but the way she would do it is like a transformation mode, kind of like Dark Phoenix, where she's like, okay, now I get stronger, now I get better, but I'm not going to be OD all the time, and she doesn't have to be a glass cannon. And also she kind of has some of that Shantae movement, flexibility, so she could definitely be like an acrobatic, movement-based character that doesn't necessarily lead low health, but she will have a system where she can gather stones and get more powerful over time. Probably like a summon too. Look at them splits. Alright, next we got Jean from God Hand. Now Jean, I haven't even played God Hand, but I've seen this character. I saw the flips. I saw he gets his arm like amputated off or something, and then he has this magical gauntlet that he has, and it looks freaking amazing. Literally, he reminds me of Dante, but kind of like a precursor to Dante, where imagine, okay, I don't have all these crazy cool devil installs or devil powers, but then he's just like a melee man. He kicks, he flips, he likes breaking open crates and eating gigantic fruit. I mean, that seems cool to me. And he also has a system that looks like Final Fantasy, where he can choose between like a ton of different movesets, so you kind of filter through all the different attacks and change and combos, kind of vary up your playstyle so that way you can play them any way you want. And I thought, oh wait, that's basically Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Dante. So that way you can have like little items, you know, you can have like a giant wooden plank or like a barrel like Hager, or summon food, kind of like a Final Fight character, or you just have this huge move set to where you have all the different series of enders. So there may be one ender that puts you in the screen, one puts you in the corner. So Nina from, oh my god, Breath of Fire. Now for her, I was thinking more, hey, we don't have like a lot of support characters in a way of like healing, like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Jill. So I thought that'd be really cool if we could have a character like, instead of just her holding the plan out, she could heal you with like some kind of aura or a light, or just instant tracking healing, but also assist with like attack boost. So imagine like a speed up or an attack up, where it would be a artificial time-based X factor, or like a stat boost that can improve your character passively without having a beam or a bomb or something like that on the screen. Like, instead of having dual missiles, now your character's movement is increased by this amount, or doubled for like 10 seconds. I think it's a pretty interesting trade-off, and I haven't seen so much in the way of stat boosts other than Marvel's Capcom 2 Rogue. And the problem with hers is they were based off the character, but imagine being able to choose that from the beginning of the match, so that we can say, hey, now I have a zoning team, but now they're going to do 10% more chip or 20% more chip. Maybe not too high, I don't want to be too ridiculous, but a stat-based healer would be such an interesting concept to add for the Marvel series. And I think it would really change the way people build team dynamics, not just for how to get in, how to apply pressure, but totally different game plans just in general. So please add Nina, and hopefully she has really cool wings. Alright, next up, Moon Knight. Now Moon Knight, oh my gosh, he is literally like a Batman, but take like the mental episodes that he has and bring up to the next level. Because the whole thing with Moon Knight is, yeah, he has these whole rods and batarangs, but they're moon rings. But there's a possibility that either he is blessed by this ancient god, or it's all in his head. Either way, he's like a super dark, depressive, anti-hero kind of character. And I like that he wears all white. I don't know how he keeps it clean, but literally traveling around in the middle of the night with this huge white cape and all these like technical gadgets, and like it's this moon copter, and he's just like such a cerebral character. I always wanted a character like Batman, or someone like the Question in the Marvel series. I think he'd be the perfect Batman-esque character, probably with a fake Batman costume. So if you want some gadget character, I think this will be it. Moon Knight will be the character for you. And look at that aesthetic. He's just such a strong cowl. Oh my god, I need him. And so look, you get these batarangs. They're flying at you. A grappling hook. That looks really cool. Oh, it kind of makes me think of Joe DeConda or Tetsuno vs. Capcom too. So yeah, Moon Knight, please bless us with all your holy insanity. So next we got Gambit. Now Gambit is a character who to me looks aesthetically cool and has always been traditionally underwhelming for the Marvel Capcom series, because yeah, it's a kinetic cards. Like aesthetically, it's like, oh man, I gotta pick Gambit. He's so cool. He has kinetic cards. He can smack you with this giant pole he has. But I never thought he did anything super interesting, except for as an assist and flying around shooting cards everywhere. So if they rebuilt Gambit as more of a trap-based character, maybe you can like throw a card on the ground and you can hold a button, negative edge it, and when you let go of the button, it explodes. Or you can do something where, again, like passive attacks, he could hit you like Shomogoraf with the cards, and there was one set of cards that explode instantly, but there are one set of cards that, when it's delayed, or like it'll be on a timer itself, so you won't even have to negative edge it, and it'll just explode later. So a bunch of different interesting ways you can use these kinetic cards to be more of a trap-based character and take advantage slowly. I want to introduce that whole Gambit mindset where you're taking a risk with an attack and for an eventual payoff later. So an actual Gambit with Gambit. And I think that would make this character just amazing. I would definitely have to play him. Even if he was the worst character in the game, I would play Gambit like 1000%. Please Gambit, make it in. Next up we got Squirrel Girl. And as you can see, I have a really big theme with these summon characters. I imagine her summoning just an army of ferocious critters and all at your toes all day. That'd be really cool. But this character is super powerful, literally. Beat Thanos. Beat Galactus. I'm pretty sure she's beat like a ton of other Marvel heroes. Literally, with the power of Squirrel. The powers are mostly boosted around like talking to squirrels, having the squirrel-like abilities and reflexes in a human form, and you know, she has a big tail, so that comes in handy too. Yeah, so literally she isn't a mutant though, so she actually has a more likely chance to make it in for her story. For the her series, the comic book series, they don't use the term mutant. They suggest that she may be formed in a different way, and that's how she got her powers. And I think that's so they keep the rights to her series without having to deal with Fox. So if there was any character that was a mutant that was gonna make it in, it would most likely be Squirrel Girl. So yeah, that's why I wonder. And imagine her summoning like a few ferocious squirrels that come on the screen, and they're powered by the AI, and they just kind of gnaw at the opponents, hold them in place, and then you go in for a series of attacks. Or you can summon them. They can like pick at your opponent's health meter and then take away health, or pick at the opponent's you know, it reminds me of, it's like this Cartoon Network monkey game. I forget what it's called right now, but it's like they do that. They kind of like pick at your health bar and kind of like just take away little status effects like that. So next we got Gwenpool. And Gwenpool is actually a series I was reading a little while ago, just because I was like, what's going on with this girl? So apparently she's a regular humanoid based in another dimension, and then she's an avid comic book fan, and then she uses her comic book knowledge once she enters the comic book dimension to basically kind of just destroy and shoot everybody up with machine guns. She doesn't actually have any powers though, so she's more like a slapstick jokey character where she's coming in and she might slip and fall in overhead, and she would be like another machine gun or artillery heavy character most likely. But I think the twist was you can kind of do anything you want for moveset and expand and break the fourth wall to a level even more than Deadpool, because she has the perception that she is in a comic book, but seems to be able to travel between worlds in a limited way. So please add Gwenpool and break the fourth wall all day. I would love it. Seriously, too much. And also maybe a little Spider-Man action in it too. Tag team Marvel World. So next up we got Niko, the staff of one, Sister Grimm. I love her. So she is first appeared, I believe, in a Runaway series, and her powers are based off of this magical staff. She had the staff of one, where you can only do one spell at a time ever. So once he uses one spell, that's it. I usually get like an incantation like summon fire, make them press fire, and then you know what? She only gets that one fire spell once in her whole lifetime. But I think that's really cool though. So it would be like a character where she has like levels or stocks of moves, and she can only use one each single time, maybe once during a match, but then they would be extremely overpowered moves. Or a system where you have a command and she maybe input one of 20 moves, and then it would input like some random OD special move that would like giant explosion on the screen or gain 100% health, back health. But she will only be able to use it once per match, so it would be kind of, do I want to use this tool set? This is worth it. Hopefully, please Capcom, do not add any system where like a backfire where she like gets negative advantages. I don't want another Phoenix Wright bad evidence situation. That was terrible. So for this last character, not a Marvel character, not a Capcom character, but Juliet Starling. Give me my Chainsaw Girl. She has her boyfriend in the backpack, so you know she's already taken, but it's cool. And this character actually had so many cool costumes, such a cool concept, and I really feel like they really went all out with the cheerleader, chainsaw, dream girl archetype in a way that she actually really approachable, really cool. So please add her. Alright, so that's it. This has been TempleNUT. Enjoy your day and make it sway. I'll be coming at you with some new videos in the future, probably talking about Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I'm not super into the game yet, but that's what I'm going to be playing. But alright, have fun, stay true to yourself. I'm out. Peace.